Hello and welcome to seispingüinos.com Instrumentopedia, a place where we look at different instruments from around the world. And what I have here is a dulcimer. An Appalachian dulcimer, a mountain dulcimer, a teardrop dulcimer, or simply a lap dulcimer. Now, this instrument originated in the Appalachian Mountains in the United States. But its ancestors are probably the European zithers, the Swedish hummel, or the French épinette des Vosges. It comes from that tradition. It's a very simple instrument, and it was probably made by people who didn't have the skill to make violins or mandolins. And so at the beginning of the 20th century, into the 19th century, they started making these zither type instruments. Okay, it's basically just a sound box with a fretboard, a simple diatonic arrangement of frets, and 3 courses of strings. So 2 single strings and 1 double string. Okay, tuned D, A, D. Okay, now there are many tunings, so historically this was also tuned GGC or CGC or CFC, depending. It's a very versatile instrument because it is so simple. So I guess the D tuning is now to fit most of the modern folk tunes played in the US or in the Celtic traditions. Now traditionally this is played with a nota, with a pick, and the melody is played on this top string. Unlike the guitar or the violin or the mandolin, the strings are arranged with the lowest string at the bottom and the highest, the melody string, at the top here, which makes it different to some instruments. But the way of playing, you play the melody on this string, and the other strings just provide a drone as if it were a bagpipe. Now, the Appalachian dulcimer almost became extinct in the 1930s, 1940s, but in the 1950s urban folk revival in the US, it was discovered again. Many musicians were looking for a real US instrument. They had the banjo, but they were looking for another typical American instrument, and of course they found the dulcimer. And so then this became popular in the folk circles and then spread. So especially, I guess, artists like Joni Mitchell, Peter Buck of R.E.M. or Cyndi Lauper especially made it popular. And now it is a common instrument to find in any folk group. Okay, it is known, because it only has, well, 3 or 4 strings, it is known as one of the easiest strings to play. I actually don't find it that easy. I find it slightly confusing because of the string setup. But this is what the Appalachian dulcimer sounds like.